What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, let's get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. And don't forget to hit them likes, man. It goes a long way for your boy. Now, let's get right into it. So, new details are starting to emerge about the captain's meeting or the players-only meeting that the Raiders had a few weeks ago after the loss to the Tennessee Titans. And, I mean, some of the stuff that I'm hearing is actually not mind-blowing to me. But I just want to go on the record as saying how lucky we are, how fortunate we are to have veteran leadership like Davante Adams. For us to have Davante Adams is not just helping us on the field, it's helping us off the field, which in terms is gonna return and pay it forward when we get on the field and play against tough teams, because that's what you need, is that veteran leadership. And we are so lucky, and I'm so happy to have Davante Adams on the team, because when you talk about some of the details and some of the things that were being said in that meeting, Davante Adams is being quoted and saying that what the basis of the meeting was really about was accountability. You gotta hold each other accountable, no matter if you're a captain, whether you're not a captain, if you're a rookie, if you're a veteran, no matter who you are, we're all a part of the same team. We all have the same goal in mind, so we all have to be on the same page, and we all have to be accountable. And when you're talking about they had to actually question if certain guys were even playing hard enough, if certain guys was even trying hard enough, if everybody knew their assignments, if everybody was trying their best to execute their assignments. And when you look back at some of the plays that we had this season so far, and you look at the drop passes, you look at the miscommunication between Derek Carr and the receivers, you talk about Darren Waller kind of looking checked out, you talk about Raiderinfo fumbling the ball away on back-to-back plays, and you start to think about, like, damn, we really needed somebody to come in here and ask us if we were playing hard enough. And I'm just happy that we have Davante Adams, because Davante Adams is somebody who's appeared in over 10 postseason games with his time with the Packers. It takes somebody like him who's at the highest level of his game, somebody who's in the upper echelon of talents in the NFL, to call guys out and say, look, you're not working hard enough. Because I know what it looks like when somebody is working hard enough. I know what it's like when it pays off on the field. I know what it looks like when somebody's trying to cut corners. And he basically called everybody out. I'm not saying he called Derek Carr out, but Derek Carr has to be part of the list, because guess what? He hasn't been there. Now, I'm not saying he's not playing hard, but when you talk about accountability, that goes for everybody across the board. And that's why I have an issue when we lose a game. Everybody wants to blame one player. Everybody wants to make it about one guy. Because clearly, if Davante Adams felt like it was only one guy that was having issues on his team, well, guess what? He would have had a meeting with one other guy. But no, they had a whole team meeting, players only, because he said at the beginning of the meeting, everybody was saying what they were supposed to say. He said it wasn't until people started to get real in the meeting and be real with themselves and be real out loud and be vulnerable and admit that they weren't doing their best is when they started to get somewhere. Because you have to be able to admit, like, you know what, I could be doing a little better. You know what, I could have did that. And Davante Adams is all about that. He's all about the accountability. I love the accountability. I think the Raiders are so lucky to have him in the organization. I think it's only going to help us going forward. And even in another press conference, when they asked Davante Adams about blocking or something like that, and he made the statement that he was always taught that no block, no rock. If you want to be able to get the ball, you got to be able to block for your running backs, because those running backs have to take on blitzes in the A gap and B gap, which we know is hard blitzes to try to pick up in order for the quarterback to have a chance to throw the receiver the ball. So when the running backs are running the ball, guess what? Receivers have to do their best to block, and even he said he needed to do a better job in run blocking. So to me, when you got a guy that's going to put himself in a position to where he can say in front of everybody, I need to do better, I need to improve in this, I need to have some accountability, I think it makes it easier for him to call out other players on his team. So now it's time. Raiderinfo, when you get back, you got to step it up. Darren Waller, you've been here, you got to step it up. Derek Carr, you got to step it up. Because at the end of the day, without those guys stepping up, it really doesn't matter what everybody else does. Josh Jacobs has been stepping up ever since we've been giving him the ball more, ever since they had that meeting. Derek Carr didn't play great in the last game we had against the Broncos, but against that defense, I mean, damn, the fact that he was able to put the ball down and run is something he wasn't doing before. So maybe some of what Davante was saying in that meeting helped him as well. So I'm all about it. I love the accountability. Whether you I don't care if you like what he's saying. I don't care if you like how he's saying it. If what he's saying is fact and it's not fiction, you got to find a way to deal with that, and you got to step up. And that goes for everybody on the team, whether you're a starter, a second string, no matter what, you got to be accountable for your actions, and you got to give everything you have. And it sounds like the Raiders Raiders might not have been doing that. So get down in the comments, let me know what you think about Davante Adams stepping up and saying what he said to the team. Let me know if you like that, all right? If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on this channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. And until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.